Hello friends, welcome to this channel. This is going to be the first video on this channel. If you don't know who I am, my name is Stacy Barnes and I am an online user experience specialist. I help online marketers with digital products and courses maximize their sale by optimizing the customer experience. Now, these videos are going to be a little bit more off the cuff, a little bit more casual, and really less edited. So it's kind of just a straight, like as if I was doing a live, it's going to be sort of just me chatting. But I really wanted to start creating some content, start recording some videos, and just get a few videos out there before I really start getting into the editing process. I've already recorded this, 10 times already? I don't know how many times. I don't even want to look at the folder with all of the unused takes, but we're going to go ahead and go with this one. And if it's kind of rambly, like it has been in some of my other videos, then so be it. But I wanted to just start putting some content out there. So today we are going to be talking about the return to better customer service, why customer service has been so poor, and then how we can kind of make this shift back to better customer service. Now, in this video, I'm going to be talking about real life examples, not real life examples, but what I mean to say is that these are customer service examples in real companies with kind of face-to-face consumers and face-to-face customers, as opposed to the online marketing world where it's all virtual. But at the end, my goal is to kind of tie it together because most of my content is designed for virtual experiences, for online experiences. So even though, for example, I'll be talking about how we are greeting people as they walk into the door. Virtual companies, online companies don't have people walking in the door, but the concept is similar in where you still kind of want to greet them as they come in through your virtual door. So we're going to go and try to tie this back together. So go ahead and stick with me and let's get into it. First, I'm going to take a sip of water. Like I said, this is the Coffee Chat. I'm still working on the name of this Coffee Chat series. This is my mug. Do you know BTS? You'll see this mug a lot. I actually made or designed this mug. Obviously, I love BTS, but that's a story for a different day. But I'm going to go ahead and take a sip. I said Coffee Chat. This is just water. It just helps me a lot better with video. So let me just go ahead and take a sip. And if you're dehydrated, you should go take a sip as well. So earlier today, I was watching a video about how cashiers don't say hi anymore. People bring up their stuff to the conveyor belt. Customer scans it. The cashier scans the goods. You get your stuff, you get your receipt. That's it. Like there's really hardly a word exchange. And the thing is, there's two sides to this. One is the cashier side. Now, cashiers, they are on their feet all day long. Most of them aren't even allowed to sit. And we understand that they're very tired. But what the customers are saying is, yes, we understand you're tired, but at the very least, we just want acknowledgement that we're in your presence. Like a simple hello goes a long way. And the thing is, I've been a cashier before. I've worked at various retail companies. I worked at American Eagle. I've worked at Disney. I've worked at Walgreens. The list goes on. I worked at several of them. But all of them in the job description actually say to greet customers. So it's basic. Not only is it basic etiquette to just greet people, but it's literally in their job description. So if they're not even greeting you, they're not even performing the basic core functions of their job. So yes, they are ringing up your groceries, but basically they're not asking you to engage in a full-on conversation on them. They don't even need the how are you part, because the how are you part can get kind of tricky in that some people tend to be oversharers, and when it's just meant to be just a greeting and less of a question. With all of these people kind of getting upset at cashiers for not saying hello, the customers really they're not expecting you to roll out the red carpet. They just want acknowledgement. And the same thing can be said for the virtual world, for the online world. We ask people for their email, so they sign up on our email list. And again, you don't have to roll out the red carpet, especially for something like a lead magnet or a freebie. We don't have to roll out the red carpet, but we do want to have this kind of acknowledgement. Hey, thank you for joining my email list. Understand that this customer, like, they don't give their email address to anybody. And so if you're like, oh, I only have 5 subscribers, great. You have 5 people who said yes to whatever it is you're offering. And, it's one of those things that when we're just starting out, we see all the marketers with like thousands of people on their email list, and we're like, I just have 5. Look at this. You have 5 people on your email list. Like, if you had those same 5 people come to your house, you wouldn't treat them as just a number. Those are people. And that's the thing that I want to kind of drive home in this online business, is that each subscriber is a person. They are a human with feelings. Those early subscribers, and for those of you who like subscribed after this video, God bless you, because I know this video is going to be a little bit of a mess, but those are your biggest fans. Those are people that are like rooting for you from the beginning. So we want to actually treat those people the very best, because those are your early fans. Those are going to be your OGs, the ones who are with you from the beginning. And if you continue to treat them well, they will stick with you till when you pop off. Even let's say you do reach those 10,000 subscribers, like, you want to remember those that rooted for you in the beginning. I'm trying very hard not to make a BTS reference. It's so hard, but I guess I'll make it because it's a casual video and I can do whatever I want. So in the early days, BTS had their fans. They're called ARMY, and their fans in the beginning, this band was not highly, they did not come from a big company. They came from a smaller record label. So for example, we have like Sony and Universal and Geffen Records here in the United States, Capitol Records. But this music band came from kind of the nowhere, from a very, very small label. They did not have the resources to go on talk shows like, for example, Jimmy Fallon, or I don't know who's popular these days, whatever. I don't know who the talk show hosts are, but they didn't have the resources to go on like these talk shows, variety shows, or anything like that, because they weren't connected to a major music label. And so what they did is they put out vlogs instead. So direct to camera, just like this, very poorly produced. They didn't have mics like this. They didn't have fancy cameras like that. Essentially, it was, just a phone. And they went live. They kind of talked about their day, super off the cuff. But this actually worked for them. This really differentiated them from the current K-pop formula, which is put out highly produced videos, show up in full hair and makeup. Yes, the boys too. Show up in full hair and makeup, full wardrobe, and then look your absolute best, because because the record labels, obviously they want to create idols that are, aspirational. So they want the teens and young adults who are listening to this music, they want their content to be aspirational. Like, look at this idol. They're super highly polished. They're on this great TV show. They have this amazing wardrobe. And we want you to want to be like that. Whereas BTS did the exact opposite. They, showed up in no makeup, whatever hair they did that day, whatever outfit they chose. And somehow that resonated with audiences. Now, interestingly, they weren't very popular in Korea. The reason why they became so big is because they connected with an international audience. This is at the time when vlogs were kind of starting to become mainstream. People loved like lifestyle videos and that sort of thing. And so they tapped into that, not realizing that was going to be part of what made them successful, is I don't want to say it's the poorly produced videos. What it was is they were connecting with people. They resonated with their fans resonated with them more than the highly polished idols or singers or performance artists in Korea. And they absolutely resonated with them. They even created their own variety show. A variety show is just kind of a show where they kind of get wacky assignments. Like I forget what some of them are. Like one of them they did recently was flying yoga, and or they'll just put them in precarious situations and see what happens. So those are what variety shows are. And so they created their own show because they couldn't get on any of the shows. They weren't people like Koreans, or that culture was not a big fan of them. They didn't have the connections that they wanted, or the connections that most pop idols get. And so they were left to their own devices. So they created their own shows. They created their own blogs. And because of that, they created a fan base of people who absolutely adored them. So I'm a fan of other K-pop bands, and Hyphen, AT, Stray Kids, but I don't love them the same way that I love BTS, because BTS creates not only content that we love, but music that resonates with us as well. And they talk about, being on the bottom and having to struggle their way to the top. They talk about, even when they get to the top, it's still, the industry still ostracizes them for whatever reason. To this day, I'm still not entirely sure why people in Korea don't really why do they have this vendetta against this band? I don't really understand. But besides that, the point is that people love them because they're connected to them. And bringing this back around to customer service, like people resonate with brands that they can connect to, that recognize them as a real person, that see them as like, hey, thank you for being here. All of this to say that people connect with people. People buy from people. And yes, a company may put out something like a mug or whatever. I used to sell these mugs, and I enjoyed the selling part of it. And for me, it wasn't that everyone who came to my booth, it wasn't, hey, are they going to buy? Are they going to buy? Are they going to buy? Like, that wasn't the mindset that I had. I was like, hey, I have this mug. If you want it, like, cool, come get it. If not, cool. Hope to see you around someday. Like, I don't treat non-buyers like less than buyers. Now, people who do buy, I treat them with like absolute gratitude. Thank you so much. This is huge for me, for you to purchase something from me. And I'm so grateful that you've decided to give me your money. I treat them with extreme gratitude. But in terms of whether or not they buy something, somebody may not buy from you today, but that doesn't mean they won't buy from you tomorrow. And that's something that I want you to recognize, that it may just take people a little while longer to get there. And so if you continue to treat them well, then eventually they will buy. Because there are people who follow other online marketers for years. They don't comment. They don't engage in any of their social media posts, nothing like that. Next thing you know, it's 5, 6, 7 years later, they're like, oh, I want to buy your $500 program or whatever it is. And this is the first time that this marketer has heard of this person, but they're very grateful. And, you never know who's watching you. You never know who's consuming your content. They may not engage with you, with your videos. They might not leave comments and that sort of thing, but they will connect with you and they will stick with you. They will continue to read the emails that you send out, and then eventually they will buy. All of this to say, treat your subscribers well, treat anyone who enters your field well, and you never know who's actually going to decide to buy. Someone, may just follow you forever and never actually buy, but they could be an advocate for your content. They could share it with somebody who will buy. And so, always treat both non-buyers and buyers with respect. Now, the buyers, obviously, we want to treat them with absolute gratitude. Thank you so much. And we want to show that. And even those who don't buy, thank you for being here. Thank you for being in this space. I appreciate you. I appreciate that you've used your time to watch a video like this that's completely unedited. Okay, if you get to this part, I'm 16 minutes in. If you get to this part, drop some heart emojis in the comments just so I can see who is actually like paying attention up until this part right here. That's it. That's what I wanted to talk about today. I was going to talk about this book. I'll mention this book. Maybe I'll do another video about this book. There is a demand for better service. This is a book by Will Guidara. He is in the restaurant business. This book is called Unreasonable Hospitality, and it's designed for people in the restaurant industry. And he goes to extreme lengths. And some of the stories in here, they'll go to extreme lengths to offer top-notch service. I'm not saying you have to go to extreme lengths to offer top-notch service. Like, you don't have to go completely out of your way to make someone feel special. But if somebody does buy, if somebody is a consumer, you do want to make them feel special. You do want to make them feel like what they purchased. You want them to make them feel like the value that they received compared to the amount that they paid is much higher than what they actually paid for. So it's this idea, this concept of surprise and delight, under promise, over deliver. And you want to make sure you want to create these positive experiences for the consumer. I keep going between consumer, customer. I'm still trying to figure that out. But you want to create positive experiences at each level of the customer journey. Whether that's in the very beginning, whether they're just watching your YouTube videos or listening to your podcast, or when they subscribe to your email list and get a thank you email, or when they buy a low ticket offer, or whether they buy a high ticket offer. You want to make sure that the experience for the consumer is positive in every way, in every aspect of that journey. Because the more they go down, the more that they continue to consume your content, the more that they stick with you, the more likely they're going to buy. These are called warm leads. And people buy from people that they know, like, and trust. When you create these positive experiences, they like you. They become attached to you. I mean, like I was reading something about how, like, I was watching the video regarding customer service, and they said that in some survey, not only did they trust what these YouTubers were buying, they also consider them friends, which is I don't know what they mean by that specifically, but essentially they find these people, they connect with these people. That's really it. They connect with these people. If you continue to connect with people, resonate with them, they will stick with you. Same with, like, those BTS ARMY fans who, saw them on really, like, low budget videos like this one and stuck with them till way past when they, broke into the US market. Like, those people stick around. There's a saying in the BTS world. It's called ARMY Forever, Bangtan Forever. And it's saying that they're in this for life. And, it's because there's such a strong connection there that BTS and ARMY consider each other family. The same way that, some of these people said that some of these YouTube influencers were their friends, and the way that we're saying that BTS is family, like, it's not like we actually believe that they're our friends or that they're our family, but, like, we resonate with them so well. Like, we connect with them so well. And the reason why the fans are so loyal is because BTS returns that sentiment that these are not just our fans, that are family. So the return to customer service is it's really just connecting with people. That's really ultimately at the end of the day what this is. We just want to be able to connect with people. We want to feel seen. We want to feel heard. And the better that you can do that in your business, then the better your the better your business is going to be. I have the saying, happy people equals healthy profits. And you treat people well, they will buy from you. And when I say happy people, healthy profits, I'm not saying like, I said healthy profits. The profits that some of these corporations make trying to, you know, pay people minimum wage and give them unrealistic work expectations, those are not healthy profits. Those are just it's just profits, but it's not healthy. So in the same respect, like treat your workers as valuable people as well. Like it's just treat people well in general. And if you do that, like you will see success in your business. Just treat people well. That's it. All right, friends. So 23 minutes of this video. I hope you guys enjoy this. Let me know what you think in the comments below. You can learn more about me in the link in the description. And hopefully I'll do more of these soon. All right, take care. Bye-bye. Where's the mouse? There's the mouse. I found the mouse. Bye.